With the and JD trial that's been going on, there's been a lot of new information releasing that makes Amber look like a terrible person, even though most of us already think she is. This whole situation has also been a disaster for Warner Brothers. People boycotted Fantastic Beasts 3 because they fired Johnny and recast his character. People are planning to boycott Aquaman 2, and the petition from fans asking Warner to replace in the movie has now reached 2.4 million signatures, and the rumors that they're removing most of the screen time she had in the movie. I have a bunch of different things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted, and of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So I wanted to start with this massive rumor circulating the internet. It says AH's Aquaman The Lost Kingdom screen time is less than 10 minutes. This new rumor comes from scooper and film critic Grace Randolph, who shared on Twitter, "I hear Amber has less than 10 minutes of screen time in Aquaman 2. And of course, a lot of people think that this is still 10 minutes too much, okay? There are a lot of people online who think that they should just outright fire her. They should re-edit the movie, maybe even recast her, CGI someone else's face on her body. People do not care, but people do not want to see Amber in this film, and I agree. At this point, the more information we're hearing from the trial, the more terrible she looks, the more I hate her. And I don't usually hate actors and actresses because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter to me what they do in their private time, what happens with their relationships. But this is a giant case where we see one actor that is a male being fired from all of his roles, blacklisted from the industry over accusations, but we've got this female who got more roles in the industry and also is in all of these giant films that everyone seems to love, even though she's got equally bad accusations being made against her. It's an awful thing what's going on between these two actors. Unfortunately, though, we're definitely seeing one of them be treated like a princess and one of them being treated like a villain. It says back in October 2020, Randolph claimed that Heard was definitely going to appear in the Aquaman sequel, but bad press could lead to her role seeing reduced screen time. However, I don't think this is going to be enough for people who support JD and who hate Amber. I do think that this movie is going to see millions of people boycott it, primarily because of the petition circulating on change.org and how many more signatures it has gotten just over the past few weeks. Now, this is the one problem with Grace Randolph's scoop, because back in 2020, when she was talking about how Heard could potentially see her role be reduced in Aquaman 2, she also said in the same post that Ezra Miller and JD are definitely in Fantastic Beasts 3, and that is another movie that recently released that saw a massive boycott, and while Ezra Miller was in it, Johnny Depp was not in it. They did recast him, and Mads Mikkelsen took his place, and I have nothing against Mads Mikkelsen. I think that he is a great actor. Unfortunately, I just do not think that he played the role as well as Johnny Depp did, and they decided to not keep Johnny in that role, which was unfortunate, and they faced a bunch of backlash for it. But if we go to the petition, it is now sitting at a massive 2.4 million signatures. This petition was sitting at 1.8 million signatures for months, and since the trial started a few weeks ago, it's rapidly increased to 2.4 million, almost 2.5 million signatures. That's a lot for only a 3-week time frame. There are millions of people who are going to refuse to see Aquaman 2, even if she's only in 10 minutes of it. There are millions of people who are not going to support this film, and I know that I am going to be one of them. I am not going to go to theaters to see it. I am not going to purchase it. I am not going to monetarily support this movie at all. I have no interest in it at this point in time. If they had recast her and they had listened to fans, I definitely would have tried to give it a chance, but at this point, they haven't. And even Jason Momoa is turning on this project and Amber, because a couple of days ago, he went on Instagram and he followed Johnny on Instagram, and I believe Twitter as well, so that speaks a lot about the situation. They did end up moving the Aquaman 2 release date back by a few months. It went from December to, I believe, March 2023. So there is a lot of time before marketing starts, but I think once marketing starts, they are going to see even more backlash. And I do think at this point that this petition is going to hit 3 million signatures, and that is its goal. And I support this goal. I don't think they're going to remove her at this point, but I think it is completely unfair that JD lost all of his roles in the industry and was treated terribly, and Amber got all of the roles she wanted and gets to keep all of the roles that she has. I do not think that it is fair. I think that they should both be treated the same way, and if Johnny was still in the industry, we would clearly see who the more popular one would be. And since we're here talking about AH and JD, I wanted to reference this article that came out yesterday about her lying about the millions of dollars she pledged to the ACLU. It says when JD and AH reached a settlement in their divorce in 2016, she announced that she would donate the entirety of her $7 million payout to charity. She said the money would be split between two organizations, the ACLU and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, but the ACLU said it never received the full $3.5 million it was promised, and believed about half the donations it received in Heard's name came from Elon Musk, the billionaire CEO of Tesla, whom Heard started dating after her breakup with Depp. Terrence Doherty, the general counsel and chief operating officer for the ACLU, spoke about Heard's donations to the nonprofit in a pre-recorded deposition played on Thursday in Depp's defamation trial against Heard. He said that the ACLU received 4 donations in her name, which totaled $1.3 million, but only one of those payments was from her directly, a payment for $350,000 in August 2016. The other payments were a $100,000 check from Depp, $500,000 from a donor-advised fund at Vanguard, and $350,000 from a donor-advised fund at Fidelity. And he also said that the ACLU believed the $500,000 Vanguard payment was from a fund set up by Musk. I've had to talk a lot about Elon Musk over the past few days with him purchasing Twitter and all of the social media outrage that's ensued around it, but this makes Amber look like even more of a terrible person. She said that she didn't care about any of the money she got in the divorce and she was going to donate it all, yet she didn't even donate half of it. She lied about it, and that makes her look even worse. So at this point, it looks like Amber is having her role reduced in Aquaman 2, most of her screen time is being erased from the film. The petition has hit 2 million signatures, and it is not looking good for Warner at this point. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.